In this video, we will implement our sign up function, okay? Right now, when we tap on this sign up, nothing happened, okay? What we want to do, we want to go to our sign up screen, okay? And then we want to actually sign up our user, okay? Because as you can see, this is our database right now, and we only have this user, okay? This John user. So what we want to do, we want to be able to add our users, okay, from our app, okay? So with that said, if we go back to our code, on this login view, right now when we hit on this sign up, we are not doing anything, okay? So as we said, the first thing we want to do, we want to go to our sign up view. And to do so, what we can do, we can simply, instead of this print, what we want to do, we want to call this navigation link, and we want to open up this sign up view, okay? And normally now, every time we tap on this sign up, normally it's supposed to direct us to a sign up view. And here we need to provide some arguments. So let's see. Okay, yes, because we had this full name, email, password, and confirm password, we actually need to provide this, okay? But we know we won't have it here inside the view, okay? Because if you guys remember, for our login view, we don't have this, okay? We don't have email and password here. So we want to do the same thing for this sign up. But for now, just for the sake of testing, what we can do, we can go back to our login view, okay? And we can provide the missing argument. And normally with this, we should be okay. And we still have this error, okay, missing argument for parameter 1. Okay, so what we forgot to do, we forgot to wrap this inside the navigation stack, okay? So what we can do, here we can create a navigation stack, and now we can cut this and put it inside a navigation stack, okay? And normally our error should be gone. But we still have an error, okay? And this is my bad, simply because we are not supposed to wrap this inside this button, okay? So what we can do, up here, instead of this button, we can create this navigation link, okay? And what we can do, we can simply copy what we have down here. So we can copy this guy and put it inside this navigation link, okay? And now we can simply provide a label for this navigation link. So we can copy this label and we can paste it here, okay? And normally with this, we can simply remove this button. So let me check. So we can remove this, or maybe just comment out for now. And normally everything should be okay now, okay? So let's test our app. So let's launch the app again. And let's click on this sign up, and as you guys can see, we are able to go to a sign up screen, okay? And now that we are on this sign up, normally what we are supposed to do, we are supposed to add a validation, okay? So we are supposed to add the validation for this full name, this email, password, and confirm password, okay? And this is my bad. Instead of password here, normally this should be confirm password, okay? And we'll fix it later. But for the sake of this video, we won't add any validation, okay? Simply because we did this exact same thing on this login, okay? So you guys can take this as an exercise, okay? You can see what we did for this login, the validation we did for this login, okay? This login view, and you can do the same thing here, okay? And basically it's going to be similar, okay? Because yeah, we still have this email and we also have this password, okay? So what you guys should add, you should add the validation for this full name, okay? A validation for this confirm password, okay? And the validation for this confirm password should be to check if what the user enter here is the exact same thing that a user enter here, okay? And let me fix this right now. So instead of password here, normally it's supposed to be confirm password. So here on this placeholder, so instead of password here again, it should be confirm password. And let's launch our app again, and we go to the sign up. Okay, perfect. So we have this confirm password. So as I was saying, the validation for this confirm password should be simply checking if this is equal to this password, okay? And you can also add a validation for this to only to check if this is checked or not, okay? And it should be pretty simple, okay? So what we will do, we will focus on implementing this sign up, okay? So as we said, if we provide a valid name, valid email, and a valid password, and we check this, what we want to do, when we hit on this sign up, we want to be able to create a new user, okay? And normally that user should appear here inside the database, okay? So let's do that. Okay, the first thing we want to do, we want to go back to our service, okay? First of all, we want to go to this protocol and we want to create a new function, okay? And we add this sign up function. And our sign up function should be pretty similar to this sign in, okay? So what we can do, we can simply copy this, okay? And paste it down here. But here, instead of sign in, what we want is sign up, okay? And we still want this email, we still want this password, and we also want this completion listener, okay? So everything should be exactly the same as this sign in, okay? Now, the next step is to go to our authentication service, okay? And we want to implement our sign up function. So down here, okay, after this sign in, what we want a new function and we call it sign up. And here, what we want to do, we want to call this off again. So it's gonna to be off. And now instead of sign in, what we want to call this create user, okay? And again, this function create user, okay, this is coming from Firebase, okay, because you might wonder where is this one is coming from. So this is what Firebase offers us, okay? So this create function, if I click on this, as you guys can see, this code is from Firebase, okay, from Firebase off, okay? So we are simply using this function from Firebase, okay? So here, as we said, we want to create a new user, and we want to create a user using an email and a password, okay? So here, what we want to provide here is this email, so email, and here for our password, we want to provide this password. And here, as we did for our sign in, what we want to get the off result, and we also want to get any error, okay? In case we have any error, we want to be able to get it, okay? Okay, perfect. And now here we want to do the exact same thing as our sign in, okay? So if we were able to create a user, what we want to set this is authenticated to true, and we also want to return this completion with true and nil for error, okay? So we can copy this and say, okay, if this off result, so if this off result, okay, is giving out a user, okay, so if you have a user, what we want to set this to is authenticated to true, okay, and we want to give back this completion listener, okay, and here we can add our if again, so if let user equal to this, and here for else we want to also do the same thing, okay, so we want to get this completion listener and we want to provide this false, and also we want to give the error, okay? So I think with this, everything is pretty much set, okay? Here we have a little warning, okay, because we didn't really use this user, okay? So what we can do, we can remove this user and simply put this underscore, okay? And normally the warning should go away. Okay, perfect. So the next thing we want to do, we want to create a view model, okay? Because here we created a view model for a login view. So we want to do the same thing for this sign up view, okay? On this view models folder, we want to do a right click and we want to create a new file. It's going to be a Swift file and we will call it sign up view model. And here, as we did before, we want to create a new class. We call it sign up view model. We will confirm to an observable object. And here we basically want to do the same thing as we did on this login view. So what we want, first of all, we want to get this of service, okay? So we can copy this with this init So we copy this and we paste it here. And here we also need a variable, okay? Because if you guys remember, we have this full name, email, password, and confirm password here, okay, on this view. But we don't want this here, so we can copy this and put it inside a view model. And here, instead of binding, what we want this publish, and we want to do the same thing for the other ones. Okay, perfect. And now we also have to initialize this, so this equal to empty string. Same thing for this email, password, and confirm password. Okay, perfect. So now that this is done, what we want now, we want to create a function here, and we want to call it this sign up function. And basically what we will do here, we will do the exact same thing as we did here on this login view model. So what we want to do, we want to call our off service, and we want to call a sign out function. Okay, perfect. And now you can even come here and simply copy what we have here. Okay, so here, in case of success, we simply print this. Okay, and in case we have an error message, we simply print our error message. So we can copy this and paste it here, and here of course is signed up. And I think the last thing we want to do, we simply want to call this is loading, okay, because we still need this is loading. So we can copy this and paste it here, and here, before we start signing out our user, what we want to call this is loading, and we want to set it to false, to true, my bad. And yeah, so if we successfully sign up, okay, so we can copy this, and we want to stop this is loading, so we want to set this to false, okay. And as we saw in the previous video, we don't want to do this here, okay. So what we want to do, because this is the background thread, so we don't want to update our view inside this background thread, okay. And if what I'm saying right now doesn't make sense for you, please see the previous video that I did. So because we don't want to do this here, what we want to do, we can simply go to our main view model, and we can copy this and paste it here. And we only want to do this inside our main thread, okay. And normally with this, we should be okay. So now the next step for us is to go to our sign up view, okay. And of course we don't want this anymore, so we can remove this, okay. And now here we want to take this full name from a view model. So here it's going to be view model. And oops, we don't have a view model yet, okay. So what we want to do, we want to go up here, and we want to get a reference of our view model, okay. So here it's going to be a state object. We call it, of course, view model, and we want to create an instance of our sign up view model, okay. Okay, perfect. So with this, now we are able to get this on full name, and here instead of lowercase m, it's capital case M. And now what we can do, we can simply copy this, and here we want to do the same thing. So it's going to be view model.email. Want to do the same thing for this password, same for confirm password, and I think we should be okay. Now we have this error, okay, because we don't have this inside the sign up view anymore. So we can delete this, and I think we can do the same thing for this login view, okay. Here, first of all, we want to remove this button, and here when we go to a sign up view, we don't need to provide this anymore, so we can remove everything. Okay, perfect. Now I can see we still have an error here, so let's see. So what's the error? Okay, so the error went away, so which is good. And I think it's time for us to test our app, okay? So let's see. Let's run our app again. And let me put our database to the background. So let's put this database here, okay? And yeah, as we said, what we want, when we sign up, okay, we want to add a user here, okay, because this is our database, okay. So let's see. So here for full name, what we can do, we can enter Joe. Let's say Joe, maybe Joe Doe. And here for email, what we want to say Joe at me.ca. For password, we want to use the same password we use for John. So it's gonna to be password 123 and this symbol. So let's see. Okay, perfect. And we want to do the same thing here. And now normally if we hit on this sign up, okay, if we hit on this sign up, we are supposed to add this user, this Joe user, to our database, okay. So let's see. And nope, it did not add our user to our database. So let's see what we did wrong. So first of all, let me refresh this, okay, just to make sure. And as you guys can see, we still don't have a Joe user, okay. So let's see what we did wrong. So if we go back to our app, and I think I know what we did wrong. So if we go back to our sign up view, I'm not sure we call this function, okay, this sign up function. So let's see. And as you guys can see, this is my bad. I'm sorry guys. I totally forgot to add this, okay. So on this action, the first thing we want to do, we want to call this is loading, and we want to get it from a view model, and that is loading, okay. And now for this action, instead of simply printing this on bottom tab, what we want to do, we want to call a view model, and we want to call this sign up function, okay. And I think normally everything should be okay. So let's see, let's run our app again. We go to our sign up and we provide all of our information. And now let's click on our sign up button. Oh wait, let me put our database first in the background. And now let's hit on this sign up, okay, and let's see. And here inside our app, we don't see any changement, okay, but let's see inside this database. So if we refresh this, we still don't have a user, okay. This is interesting. So let's go back to our app, okay. So let's see, what did we do wrong? Here we have this successfully signed up, okay. Let's see. So, and here if we go to this sign up, okay, I just noticed that I make a terrible mistake here, okay, and I'm sorry guys, because here instead of calling the sign up, okay, the sign up function, here we call this on sign out, okay. I'm really sorry about this guys. So here is gonna to be of service, and here is gonna to be sign up, okay, and we want to pass this email password, okay. So here for email, we want to pass this on email, okay, and for password, we want to pass a password, and here for completion, we want to do the same thing here. So we want to copy this and paste it here, and here what we can do, we can cut this. So if we cut this guy, we put it here, and now you can simply remove this, and normally this time it should be okay guys. I really hope this time everything works perfectly, okay, and I'm sorry about that. So let's see. So let's go to our sign up, and we provide all of our information, and let's see if we got it right this time. So if we hit on this sign up, normally we are supposed to see a user here, okay. So let's see, and as you guys can see, we successfully signed up, okay. And let's see, so if we go to our database and we refresh this page, and as you guys can see, we have a new user here, okay, this Joe at me.ca, okay, and everything is working perfectly, okay. We are able to sign out, yeah. So if we sign out, we're able to log in, and we are also able to sign up, okay. Okay guys, I think with this we at the end of this tutorial, okay. And once again, I'm sorry about this, okay, I didn't pay attention, okay, but right now everything is working perfectly, okay. I hope you guys have enjoyed this series of videos, okay. It was a pleasure for me to do it. Please like and subscribe, okay, and I will see you in another video. Take care. Bye bye.